Okay, the title of this video is misleading, but it's technically not wrong. Hey everyone, I'm Els. Welcome to my YouTube video, and yeah, you know, because of the title, I've read over 100 books this month. But the twist is 80 of them were the Penguin's Little Black Classics. So those books are very short, around 60 pages each. So I haven't actually necessarily read more than usual, because I usually read around 20-30 books a month, give or take a few. But yeah, it just sounds super impressive this month because while I've read the same amount of pages, I've read a lot more books. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about some of these books. There are some of them which I've done in a previous video, one of my last mini wrap-ups, and some of them I have mentioned in a previous readathon. So if you want to know about those books, then those videos are up. I will also not be talking about the Penguin Little Black Classics. If you would like to see a video on that, then just leave a comment. If someone comments, then I'll do it. I might do it anyway. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about the other books that I haven't talked about that I read this month. First one on here is Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. I gave this a 5 out of 7. I liked it. It was a good book. It was multiple perspective, which I don't usually vibe with, but in this instance I think it worked. Then there's Lady Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence, which I was not expecting to really enjoy, but I loved it. So I gave it a 6 out of 7. Then there's Nothing Important Happened Today by Will Carver, which is a book about a suicide cult, and I thought it was really interesting, so I gave it a 5 out of 7. After that, I read Pine by Francine Toon, and I gave it a 4 out of 7 because it is not what was advertised. It was advertised as a gothic thriller. It was not a gothic thriller. I feel like if it was marketed differently, it would have been suited better to someone different to what I was expecting, I suppose. And if it was marketed as something else, maybe I would have enjoyed it. It's just sort of not meeting the expectations. So it wasn't bad, it just wasn't what I was expecting. So yeah, 4 out of 7. Next we have Boy Erased by Garrett Conley. Sorry if I've pronounced that incorrectly, but I give it a 5 out of 7. Recently an adaptation's come out, so I thought, oh, I should read the book. It's about a boy who goes through a sort of correction camp for sexuality, and yeah, it's quite a sad story, but these stories need to be told. And then I've got another non-fiction one. I don't know why I said another, this is the only non-fiction one on this list so far, but it's The Green Witch by Anne Matthew Hiscock, and I thought that was really useful, so I gave it a 6 out of 7. Then we have a bunch of books that are from a readathon, so I'm going to skip those. Then we have Innocent Blood by P.D. James, which was a ghost story and I really liked it, so I gave it a 5 out of 7. Then there is Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron, and I absolutely love this book. It's a dystopian based around the story of Cinderella, and it's set sort of 200 years after it takes place, and turns out there was no like magic or whatever. That was just a very twist. I don't want to spoil anything, but oh, it's super interesting. I give it a 7 out of 7. Then we have Tulip Fever by Deborah Mogak. And I listened to this as an audiobook, and I actually quite liked it. I gave it a 6 out of 7. I really liked it. And then last one on the list, this is the one I've rated the lowest because it wasn't my taste personally, but I thought I should read more poetry and I should see what this genre of poetry is, so I read Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, and it wasn't my thing, so I gave it a 3 out of 7. I still think that it has its merits. To a different person, they might have really enjoyed it, so 3. There we go. That was a speedy wrap up of a bunch of books that I read this month. Hope you enjoyed this video. Might see you again in a future video or a previous video. I don't know how it works. But I hope you have a nice day.